It's me, Mrs. Holland, with your Friday morning announcements. Today is April 16th, 2021. For lunch, we're having...
What we're having for lunch today is cheese omelet, whole grain pancakes, orange melon juice, sliced apples, milk, baby carrots, ranch dressing.
Special announcements for today. iLearn testing starts next week. We're going to start with our remote students. They're going to be back in the building throughout the week, next week. And then our in-person students will start the iLearn test the following week. All iLearn is just a time for you to be able to show what you know and apply the skills that you have been taught, not only this year, but all the years prior. It's nothing to worry about. You are fine. You have all the skills that you need to be able to do that successfully. So that starts next week, and we'll talk a little bit more about that as the weeks come. And we'll have some really fun, cool things for our 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders, because we know that it does take a little time and can be frustrating, but you've got this. So if you're not in 3rd, 4th, or 5th grade, maybe you could do something nice for them to encourage them. Write them a note, make them a big poster and put it outside one of their classrooms and say, "You've got this. I believe in you." That'd be nice. We are going to finish our book of the month today and then continue talking about it as April finishes out. The smallest girl in the smallest grade, I'm going to finish it today. Yesterday, we went over and over the line. She'd seen how a whisper could make someone cower like a bulldozer crushing through fields of wildflowers. So hopefully you had that discussion with your class last week. We're going to do some more with that specific phrase in the weeks following. But let us continue. Here we go. So on February 3rd at 11:29, Sally stepped straight out of the lunchroom line. She said, "I'm tired of seeing this terrible stuff. Stop hurting each other. This is enough." Now, a few laughed out loud or didn't care that there was that there was some girl with her hand in the air. But then something super extra special happened that day as Howard O. Henry suddenly set down his tray. Like waves rolling in, one after another, first Molly rose up, then Michael's twin brother. It was Tyrone and Terrence, then Amanda and Paul, who pushed out their chairs and stretched their arms tall. From the friendly lunch lady with the dishes she carted, to that new 3rd grade teacher who had only recently started. Yes, even everyone there, even Principal Claire, had joined little Sally with their fingers in the air. And though hound dogs were destined to howl at night, and most stray cat meetings would end up as fights, and kites would continue to get stuck in trees, they all felt for a moment like the janitor's keys, fastened together with the heavy steel ring that held all the secrets to unlock everything. As the world returned to the way that it was, Sally noticed a difference, as she usually does, when Billy paused briefly to open the door for Mrs. O'Connell and 17 more, or when Molly scooched over to make some space on the coral riser for Ellen and Grace. These moments that often get taken for granted, a wildflower appearing that no one had planted. The swings soon resumed their rhythm and sway, and day turned to night and night turned to day. People remembered and would quite often mention that Sally had been paying super extra special attention, and how the world could transform and change, and a change could be made by the smallest girl in the smallest grade. Okay, so I think this book is incredible. Thank you, Miss Crudup, for bringing it to my attention. I had not heard of it before now. So we are going to continue talking. There's so many really cool lines in this book, but one thing I want you to talk about with your classes today is what is one tiny small thing that you could do to change just one person's life. So they talked about like literally just scooting over to make room for somebody else. It could be that small. It could be somebody drops something in front of you and you rush up to go get it and pick it up and give it to them. So today, brainstorm some tiny little things that you could do to make someone's day better, and then how all of those tiny little things add up. So when we did our Caught Being Kind cards, those were kind of things that we thought about when somebody's being kind and you want to share that kindness. So we want to continue doing that, but I want you to think a little bit smaller. Think about all those tiny little things that you do that can truly change specifically how a school can feel. So we're going to keep working on this book. Again, thank you, Miss Crudup. This is a great book. That does it for our special announcements. At this time, you can do the Adams Pledge.
We know how to actively learn and use technology to help. We can work through any challenge that comes our way. We think of others before ourselves. We are here to conquer the day. That we do just.
Now it's time for our joke of the day from some sweet little girls in Mrs. Guerin's class.
How excited was the gardener about spring? So excited he wet his plants instead of his pants.
Oh, wet his plants instead of his pants. Oh, that's a good one. Pea humor. Anyway, if you'd like to be like them, you know the drill. That does it. That completes our announcements for today. Classrooms, at this time, you may do the Pledge of Allegiance. Remote learners, you may do the same. Today and every day we celebrate how beautifully different we all are and how beautiful we all are together. I almost couldn't say that. If today were Friday, which it is, may it be a Friday filled with food, fun, friends, and frogs. May that be the Friday you have. Food, fun, friends, and frogs. Maybe you'll see a frog today. Maybe it'll be a good luck frog. I don't know. Anyway, have a great day. I love you all. Peace out. Also have a great weekend, and I'll see you back on Monday.